Hey guys, welcome back to Paper Highlighter, where we grab the messiest, most emotional moments of 90 Day Fiancé and highlight every single one. Tonight we've got heartbreak, baby joy, alleged superiority complexes, toxic agreements, one of the franchise's messiest breakups, and the truth behind a so-called multi-millionaire lifestyle. Buckle up. First up, we're checking in on Libby Castravet, who just shared her first raw update since losing her dad, Chuck. She's smiling for holiday photo shoots with Andre and the kids, but on Instagram she admits, honestly, deep down, I'm hurting, and is literally asking fans how to survive grief. We'll break down her post, Kimberly Menzies' emotional comment, and what this might mean for Libby's future on the show. Next, baby news. Avery and Omar just announced they're expecting, and they did it with a gender reveal at the Kaaba. We were invited to Allah's house, they wrote, while holding up a sonogram. We'll tell you when their little pumpkin arrives and why this pregnancy hits different after their brutal 2024. Meanwhile, fan-favorite couple Loren and Alexei are suddenly getting dragged for having a superiority complex. From skipping other couples' segments to refusing to spill at the tell-all, viewers are asking why are they even still on TV if they won't play the game? We'll dive into the Reddit backlash. Over in Jasmine land, Matt has her at home as a full-time mom, providing, while she deep cleans alone and says she's not allowed to wear immodest clothes around our daughter. Is this a healthy agreement or a shiny new controlling relationship? Then we're rewinding Rob and Sophie's so-called fairy tale love story. From London to LA, dating app drama, moving out, rumored new partners, and why their breakup became one of the franchise's messiest endings. And finally, Tiger Lily Taylor's money talk. Designer bags, luxury cars, multi-millionaire energy. But what's her real 2025 net worth? We're unpacking the six-figure brand, the businesses behind it, and how getting quietly wiped from TLC promo might have actually made her more profitable. If you love having your reality tea served hot, smashed, and highlighted, hit like, tap subscribe, and ring that bell so you never miss the next deep dive. All right, let's get into it. Roll the title card for Libby Castravet's heartbreaking update. Libby Castravet is smiling for cute holiday photo shoots, but on Instagram, she just admitted, honestly, deep down, I'm hurting, and fans are worried this grief might break her in a whole new way. This is Libby's first real update since her dad Chuck passed away, and instead of pretending she's fine, she's asking viewers for help on how to survive grief while still trying to keep life normal for her kids. On camera, Libby's doing what a lot of moms do after a loss, trying to hold it all together. In her latest Instagram update, she talks openly about how she's never had to navigate something as heavy as grief before. She says she and Andre are doing everything they can to keep the kids happy and on a normal routine. But in the same breath, she admits she feels guilty for trying to smile, guilty for doing normal things, and that deep down, she's still absolutely shattered. In the caption, Libby basically turns to her followers like they're an extended support group. She asks, what are some ways you've dealt with grief and what helped you get through? Which is a big deal for someone who spent multiple seasons talking about cutting toxic people out and keeping her circle tiny. One of the top replies came from a familiar 90-day face, Kimberly Menzies, who also lost her mom while filming. Kim tells her to take things one day at a time and reminds her she's just a phone call away if Libby ever needs to talk. That one line hits different when you remember on Happily Ever After, Libby and Andre admitted they'd pretty much shut most people out, including a lot of her own family. So now we've got this heartbreaking contrast. On the show, Libby's world was shrinking, cutting off siblings, fighting over Andre's place in the family, dealing with feud after feud. Off-screen, in real life, she's suddenly without her dad, the man who was often the peacemaker and the provider, and she's turning outward for comfort to castmates and fans. Libby also shared that she and Andre recently did a photo shoot with the kids. On the surface, it just looks like a cute holiday family moment. But knowing what she wrote, it feels more like survival mode. She's trying to stick to routine, doing the things we normally do, even while questioning whether she's allowed to feel joy when she's still broken. And hanging over all of this is the big question. What happens next for Libby and Andre in the 90-day universe? With season 9 of Happily Ever After over and Chuck gone, fans are wondering if they'll step back from filming to heal, or if this loss could actually be the thing that pulls Libby back toward her siblings so they can grieve together. Fans in the comments are torn. Some say this could finally reunite Libby and her family. Others worry she's doing what so many reality stars do, powering through on camera while quietly collapsing off screen. Don't touch that dial, because from heartbreak, we're heading straight into a much happier chapter in the franchise. Up next, Avery and Omar just dropped a gender reveal at the Kaaba, and their big 2026 baby news has the fandom absolutely buzzing. So here's how they did it. Instead of a flashy balloon pop or a staged YouTube reveal, Avery and Omar chose one of the holiest places in their faith, the Kaaba. In their caption, they wrote, "The three of us were invited to Allah's house," instantly telling fans two things at once. They're expecting, and they see this baby as a spiritual gift after everything they went through last year. The carousel shows the couple in their pilgrimage attire, smiling softly and holding a sonogram. It's simple, intimate, and completely on brand for them. Then they make it official. They're having a baby girl. The caption continues, "We cannot wait to hold you, little one, #babygirl." And you can practically hear the fandom screaming through their phones. But they didn't stop there. In a follow-up video post, Avery and Omar shared a full relationship timeline, from early photos to wedding moments to clips of their life together, ending with the line, "Our little pumpkin is joining us in 2026. So yes, we've got our first big 90-day baby arrival already teased for the 2026 calendar. What makes this hit harder is the context. 2024 was rough for them. They've spoken about challenges, distance, and uncertainty. So fans are reading this pregnancy as a turning point, almost like their story is finally shifting from survival mode to we made it mode. In the comments, fans are calling this the softest, purest 90-day announcement ever and saying Avery and Omar are proof the franchise can still give us real love instead of just chaos. And just when you're feeling warm and fuzzy about one of the calmest couples in the franchise, the temperature drops on another. Keep it locked, because next, we're diving into why viewers think Loren and Alexei are acting like they're better than everyone else, and why some are asking, why are they even still on TV? When Loren and Alexei first hit our screens, they were the breath of fresh air in a franchise full of cheaters, scammers, and walking red flags. No ex drama, no "I met him on a campsite," no fake controversies, just a love story, some family tension, and a whole lot of babies. But fast forward to the most recent season and the tell-all, and suddenly the fan narrative is shifting. Instead of, "Oh, they're so solid," the vibe is more, "Okay, why do they act like they're above everyone else?" The latest wave of criticism really hit after the tell-all. While other couples were spilling their mess, getting called out, and sitting through everyone else's drama, Loren and Alexei mostly didn't. They refused to really open up about their own issues, and they were noticeably checked out during other people's segments. Reddit lit up with threads calling them out. One fan wrote, "They didn't really hang out with other people in the house. Whenever they are on the screen, they are always justifying themselves." Another viewer added that Loren and Alexei barely engaged with other storylines, choosing to stay in their own little bubble even at the resort filming. And here's where it gets messy. This isn't even the first time someone has accused them of acting superior. Fans still remember when Thais Ramon slammed Loren in a previous season for thinking she was better than everyone else, especially after Loren dipped out of the tell-all early and skipped other people's segments. Sophie echoed that frustration, basically asking why Loren couldn't just sit like everyone else and do the job. Now, those old complaints are aging very well. With this new season and the resort dynamic, viewers are connecting the dots. They keep their distance from other couples. They rarely comment on anyone else's drama. Some fans are trying to give them grace, suggesting Loren might be avoiding stress because of her Tourette syndrome and how drama can make her tics worse. But others argue that if they truly think they're too normal or above the chaos, maybe it's time to step away from the show instead of collecting a paycheck while acting like they hate being there. Right now, the fandom is split. Half still sees them as the franchise's stable couple protecting their peace, and the other half is like, if you're too good for the drama, why are you still cashing TLC checks? And just when you think the 90-day universe can't get more complicated, we moved from we're better than you energy to a relationship that might be straight up controlling. Stick around because next we're breaking down Jasmine's shocking confession that Matt makes her a stay-at-home mom, won't help clean, and even polices what she wears around their daughter. So let's rewind. Matt Branis took his mask off at the Happily Ever After tell-all, literally, and fans finally saw his face. A lot of viewers already felt uneasy about their dynamic, but now that the cameras are gone and Jasmine is posting freely, the picture is getting even more concerning. In a new social media update, Jasmine shared a video of herself deep cleaning the house while her baby daughter slept. Fans flooded the comments with one simple question: where is Matt? Why is she doing this alone if he's supposed to be this amazing provider and partner? Jasmine responded by spelling out their arrangement. He provides for us, I keep everything clean. She says cleaning is like therapy for her, that she enjoys it and doesn't mind doing the chores. But when you put that next to everything else she revealed, fans are not buying this as a cute little love language deal. Jasmine also admitted she's not allowed to wear immodest clothes around their daughter, a rule she says was requested by Matt and his family. That wording, not allowed, is exactly what set off alarms. People are pointing out that this isn't just, hey, let's be modest parents. It sounds like control over her body, her image, and how she presents herself even inside her own home. Meanwhile, Jasmine is grinding. She's a full-time mom, she's cleaning, and she's also still trying to make money. She mentioned spending extra time with her tripod, creating content to keep the cash flowing from different sources, which means that on top of her agreement's duties, she's hustling to earn income too. Fans are asking, if Matt is the provider, why does it look like Jasmine is doing emotional labor, physical labor, and trying to supplement the finances? Many feel like he sold her the idea of a traditional arrangement while quietly dumping most of the actual work on her. Add in her history with toxic relationships and red flags she ignored in the past, and this new setup feels less like a dream and more like the sequel nobody wanted. Right now, viewer sentiment is brutal. A lot of fans are saying, this isn't an agreement, it's manipulation. And some are genuinely worried Jasmine has traded one controlling relationship for another, just with nicer furniture. And just when you think one 90-day couple has cornered the market on messy power dynamics, another pair reminds us why this franchise is chaos from start to finish. Keep it locked because next we're unpacking Rob and Sophie's roller coaster. Was their love story ever real or was it doomed from the moment she landed in LA? Let's rewind to how this all started. Rob Warren and Sophie Sierra met online. Picture it, an elegant influencer from the UK and a laid-back California guy who seemed charming and confident. Their chemistry was instant. Sophie was captivated by his vibe. Rob was obsessed with her beauty. And before long, she made the ultimate sacrifice, packing up her life in London to chase love in Los Angeles. On paper, it looked like classic 90-day magic. She's glamorous, he's chill, opposites attract, everybody wins, right? Well, the first red flag wasn't even emotional. It was real estate. The moment Sophie walked into Rob's actual living situation, you could feel the temperature change. She expected something cozy, maybe not luxury, but at least comfortable. Instead, a cramped, unimpressive home that was a far cry from the lifestyle she was used to in London. That mismatch set the tone. Immediately, you could see her thinking, I left all that for this? But the apartment wasn't just the beginning. As they started living together, all the little issues you can hide online suddenly had nowhere to go. The cultural differences, their clashing expectations, and Sophie's insecurity about starting over in a new country created this simmering tension. And then came the trust bomb. Sophie discovered that Rob had been active on a dating app while they were together. His defense? He claimed he only used it when they were on a break. But for Sophie, that explanation didn't land. Once that doubt moved in, it didn't move out. Every argument after that had a shadow. Was he really loyal? What else don't I know? Their fights escalated, more frequent, more intense, and more emotional. Conversations that should have been calm check-ins turned into spirals of accusations and defensiveness. Sophie felt unappreciated, out of place, and constantly on edge. Rob felt judged, cornered, and tired of being painted as the villain. By May 2023, the relationship finally flatlined. Sophie packed her bags and moved out of Rob's place, turning to her friend Kay for support and a place to stay. That's when the storyline left TLC and went fully into fan detective mode. Rumors exploded. Sophie was frequently seen with Kay, and the internet did what it always does, speculated whether their friendship had turned into something more. Meanwhile, Rob popped up in Kansas City with another woman, which only added gasoline to the fire. At that point, any dream of a reconciliation was pretty much dead on arrival. So, where are they now? Sophie wasted zero time rebuilding. She returned to London and slid right back into influencer mode. On Instagram, she looks happier, more confident, and absolutely unbothered, posting travel pictures, nights out, and brand collabs like the breakup was just another chapter, not the whole book. Fans have speculated she might be dating again, but she's kept that part of her life carefully under wraps. What she has made clear is that she doesn't need Rob or U.S. chaos to thrive. Rob, on the other hand, went in the opposite direction. He stayed in the U.S. and basically ghosted the spotlight. He's been noticeably quieter on social media, no big rebrand, no new chapter content. There have been whispers that he's seeing someone new, but nothing confirmed. What we do know is that he's hinted at reflecting on what went wrong and focusing on growth, which is reality TV code for, I know I messed up, but please don't cancel me completely. The contrast is wild. Sophie is giving glow-up main character energy. Rob is giving off-camera or working on myself energy. And that's why this breakup is still buzzing. Their story didn't just end when the season did, it evolved into this real-world saga about who actually wins after reality TV fades. Fans are pretty unified on one thing. Sophie looks like she dodged a bullet and leveled up, while Rob feels like he's stuck in a quiet reboot, trying to figure out who he is without the show and without the girl who moved countries for him. And just when you think the drama is all about broken hearts, one 90-day star reminds us that sometimes the real plot twist is in the bank account. Stick around, because next we're diving into Tiger Lily's so-called multi-millionaire lifestyle and the receipts that say her real net worth is a lot more complicated than it looks on Instagram. Let's start with the number everybody wants. Tiger Lily's net worth in 2025 is estimated around $300,000, with most sources placing her somewhere in the $250,000 to $500,000 range. That is very good money for a reality star, but it is not multi-millionaire level. So where does that six-figure status actually come from? First, reality TV gave her visibility, not wealth. Most 90-day cast members only earn around $1,000 to $1,500 per episode. That's a nice bump, but it's not Bentley and Birkin money. For Tiger Lily, the show was the launch pad, not the paycheck. Her real income is built on what she did after the cameras rolled. She turned her recognition into a brand, a luxury fashion and skincare line that mirrors her personal vibe, bold, glamorous, high-end, and a digital entrepreneurship course teaching fans how to build online income, monetize social media, and craft their own personal brands. Those two pillars, products and teaching, are where most of her money comes from now. Between product sales, online course enrollments, and spin-off digital offers, she's built a steady mix of active revenue and semi-passive income. And it didn't start from zero. Tiger Lily has said that her money mindset actually came from her grandfather. From a young age, he pushed her to open investment accounts, learn about stocks, and understand compound growth. While other kids were just thinking about pocket money, she was getting an early crash course in financial independence. So by the time 90-day fame hit, she already knew. Don't just spend it, invest it. Add to that a strong sense of brand strategy, and you can see how she got here. She doesn't just appear on TV. She turns every scene, every feud, every post into free marketing. This is where the luxury lifestyle piece comes in. Her social media is full of high fashion shoots, first-class vibes. It looks like pure indulgence, but for Tiger Lily, it's also content. Every expensive-looking moment is an ad for her image, for her brand, for her courses. It attracts high-end clients, brand collabs, and followers who want what she's selling, the blueprint to go from regular life to soft life. Now, about that multi-millionaire label, this is where things get fuzzy. There's no verified evidence that she's sitting on multiple millions in cash or assets. That number seems to be more of a self-branding claim and fan exaggeration than a documented reality. Does that mean she's faking everything? Not necessarily. It means her wealth is growing, but the reality is closer to successful six-figure entrepreneur than I can buy a private jet tomorrow. The important part? She's built something real, but the marketing spin overshoots the actual math. And just when the business side of Tiger Lily's life looked stable, TLC threw gasoline on the storyline. Fans started noticing something strange. Tiger Lily and her husband Anand Abdel Fattah were quietly removed from before the 90 days promotional material. Posters, previews, everything. Suddenly, they just weren't there. The immediate reaction? They got fired. Speculation went wild. Did something happen behind the scenes? Was it a contract issue? Did they break some NDA? No official detailed explanation, just their faces gone from the marketing. But here's the twist. Instead of hurting her, the controversy boosted her brand. People started Googling her harder, her name started trending in the fandom again. YouTube channels, Reddit threads, and fan pages were debating what happened, whether she was too much for TLC, and if the removal was punishment or politics. Some fans have a totally different theory. They think the whole "they were cut from promo" moment was either exaggerated or strategically spun into a PR move. Whether TLC really iced them or it was overblown doesn't change one key fact. The drama kept her name in circulation. And in influencer economics, relevance equals revenue. Every whisper about her firing sent curious people to her page, her businesses, her offers. Controversy became free marketing. So zoom out and look at the full picture. She's roughly built a $300,000 net worth through smart branding, diversified income, and early financial education. She markets a multimillionaire image even if the numbers aren't there yet. TLC drama that should have been a setback became another storyline she could leverage for clicks, curiosity, and clients.